And this is John Gray, and I'm here with Coach John Olive. This is the John Olive fifth quarter show, and as we have done for what now, John, 22? Is this 22 years?
I don't know. I quit counting. I got past my toes.
Past your toes, we quit. I think this is our 22nd year of doing this, and we're glad to be here with you on Saturday morning after the football games. And this is the 2016 Wildcat football season. And Coach Olive had a little surgery after last season and took some rehab. You look good, feeling good.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
And, of course, we had the coffee pot game last night, and as you look at this table, you'll see there's not one here.
It's blank.
Blank.
Manchester, 2 times in a row.
Manchester had a good ball club.
They do. They have some really outstanding football players. Their skilled players are everything that they're advertised.
Well, they're fast. We were just talking. I think they're faster than they've been probably in 15 years or so or more.
More than that. They're the fastest they've been since I've been here, which
22 years?
24 years.
Has it been 24?
I think this is season 24, I think. Could be season 23. I could be confused.
Might be 23, who knows. But you know, it was a great atmosphere last night. The place was packed, and we had the national rivalry series was here with some using that rivalry between Tullahoma and Manchester as a part of their season.
Part of their series, yes. And so they started doing that last year and asked us if we wanted to do it again. And they do provide a scholarship for an athlete, and for us, Jason Guo will receive a scholarship to help him toward his college's expenses next year. Last year, Kason Buckner got that, so anybody that's willing to help pay for somebody to go to college, even if it's a small amount.
Jason was one of our boys' state candidates.
That's correct.
He's a fine young man.
Yeah.
I got to know him closer through that relationship there and that process. And
very hard worker.
He's a good guy.
Very smart young man. So
He is.
Glad to see him get recognized, and glad that he'll get a little bit of financial help.
Yeah.
And so that's the main reason that we agree to do it. That they're doing something to try to help
the kids. Our kids, yeah, that's right. All right, folks, well, we want you to realize we'll be here every Saturday morning for the next 10 weeks. We also replay this show on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. And we want to thank all of our sponsors who have been with us. Some of them new sponsors, some of them have been with us for ever since we started doing this, and we appreciate them. And we would hope that you would, when you go into their businesses, thank them for being part of what we do here. And I've almost forgotten, John, we're gonna take a commercial break before we go to the first. Well, what? That's what we'll do. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with the first quarter. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Every tailgate came with 3 months of wins. With an Ascend Auto Loan, you have the option of delaying your first payment for 90 days. That's a whole season on us. What if the loan application were as laid back as a Sunday drive? At Ascend, we make the auto loan process easy so you can apply for your loan and be on your way. Come to an Ascend Financial Center near you and see what's possible.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stocks quality Benjamin Moore paint, Tamco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree's Southern Rose and Sun windows, Trader's grills, Quickset locks, General Shale brick, Yellow wood, and pass load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply. 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma. All right, Coach, we're getting ready to have the coin toss here. Coin toss. My voice, I'm messed up this morning.
Our captains for last night's game. Number 20, Jeremy Dameron. Number 54, Jason Guo. And then we started a new tradition this year. We call it our Eli winner, and the team selects who has given great effort during that week of practice, and they can be a freshman, they can be a sophomore, they can be a junior, they can be a senior, but we select a young man, and this time it was Caleb Stroop, a sophomore, and his teammates recognized him for his effort that he's had this week of preparation. And and we honor Eli Grow by having that award now.
And Caleb had a good ball game last night.
Caleb did. Caleb been a great surprise. You know, he fumbled the football, and I really thought when Mahaffey fumbled the football, I thought we might get him down there at the 30. But we don't do a very good job of tackling, and he ends up getting it across midfield. And they're going to open it up there with Taylor running the ball. We missed the tackle there, finally get him out of bounds. But he picks up a first down. And this is Rozier running the football, and we just don't get any support from the outside. Now we're not wrapping up and making the tackle. Movement there, so. And here comes Taylor out around the end, and Dylan Knight, sophomore linebacker, makes the tackle along with Jacob Skibby, who transferred in and lives here in Tullahoma now from Nashville, Tennessee. And here we just don't do a very good job. They're faking a screen to the outside and running the other receiver deep, and we don't do a good job of staying back. So it's 7-0 and less than 2 minutes off the clock. John Michael Moore is going to be on the kickoff return, and pretty good seam right there. John breaks it to the left. I wish he'd come to the right. He might have picked up a few more blockers, but he saw the open space. We open up with Nick Barstead throwing it to Chase Dixon, and we pick up 8 or 9 yards. And we're changing plays here. Run the speed option into the boundary, and able to pick up the first down as Chase keeps it.
He's pretty good at squeezing out a yard or 2 or 3 when it needs to be.
And we ended up lining up off sides, so we have to back up 5 yards. And just a tad late on our pass right there. If we throw that one just a split second earlier, we got a chance at a completion. And we're just really struggling right here. We're running a play we just didn't have.
Right.
So anyway, we had, in fact, in the first half, I think I called 3 timeouts before we were very deep into the second quarter, just because we needed to take some deep breaths and see if we couldn't get ourselves back under control. Chase Dixon punting, and
no run back there.
No run back.
Thank goodness.
And so, got them back at the 24-yard line, but they won't stay there very long. And Dylan Knight finally catches him. And they're on counter right here with Rozier. And we missed the tackle. He does trip on down there, but after a gain of 9 yards. And then here comes sweep this way. We're not going to catch him now. Well, I'm glad Dakota never gave up coming across the field.
Right. Now, and I noticed that several times last night there. We had a bunch of young men who were pursuing the ball and made some tackles downfield because of it, which is a good thing instead of just stopping and watching.
That's correct. Most of the mistakes that we were making last night were not, the effort was there. It was, we just didn't handle things well mentally. We made way too many mental mistakes. And Leo Garrison carrying the football, and not much running space there, so it leaves us second down and long yardage.
Yeah, Leo had a tough night.
And you can see we're having a hard time getting lined up, so this is where we take one of the timeouts. And Chase keeps the ball there and comes out the back door.
Get a first down? Close?
He's close. If he may have got. No, we'd had that penalty. So anyway, we try a bootleg, and we actually got the guy behind them, but they have a blitz called, and
perfect defense.
Blitz man is there and in our face, and so. And bad call by me, and so we end up taking a sack.
The coach makes a mistake from time to time?
Yeah, and should have stayed away from that one and didn't do it. Good hard run
it was
there.
A good job right there.
Good scramble.
Seeking open water.
Dylan Knight carrying the football. And he hammers it up in there. I think we run him 3 straight times right here. He will run the ball hard up in there, and we're on 3rd and short right here, and I think we hand it to him again. And he gets the first down.
Give it to them till they stop it.
First time, he may or may not have been getting the football, but those second and third time, he was definitely getting it. We run a quarterback sweep right here, and Chase picks up 5 or 6 yards there. Got the ball over into Coffee County territory. We need to respond with a score here and try to hit Nick Barstead down the sideline, and it's one of those, where we had the potential to have a big play, and we just...
That's a good play right there.
Good play there. Good pitch and catch between Chase and Matthew Ross. The kids all call him, his coaches call him Gronk. I have to remember his name's Ross. They got him named after the big tight end for the Patriots.
Gronk.
So anyway. And again, and you know,
what year is Gronk?
he's a sophomore. Good step up right here in the pocket, and good, good choice. You got two receivers there. You got one going down the left seam that you say, boy, I wish we'd seen him, but he also picked a receiver that was wide open, and we just don't pitch and catch right there.
Boom, gone.
And we're not going to catch him.
Yeah, that's 15 yards worth.
Yeah. They're going to go for two right here, and they're going to hand it to big number 75 or 78 or whatever his number is, and we don't hit him low. We hit him up high, and he just drags us in there. So we find ourselves down 21-0, much like last year, except we're not turning the ball over to them like we did last year.
Right.
We just can't stop them. That was Hunter Palmer, a freshman, returning that kickoff. And we run the quarterback sweep again, and we pick up good yardage again.
There you go. Throw that flag there. Good man.
On that play, we lose Leo Garrison. He gets injured on that play, so now we're down to another sophomore running back, and Cameron Halliburton, who
quick.
Wasn't able to play last year on the freshman team. Told us all along he wanted to play, and has been with us since spring. And we really felt like a year of junior varsity football, and he's not a bad little athlete and so forth. But here he is. 3 weeks ago he was fourth team. Today he's first team.
Well, but he hits the hole a little bit differently than
he hits it hard. Sometimes he misses the hole, but he hits it hard.
But he hits it hard, and well, it's different for them, and they're going, wait a minute, this guy's running a completely different style than Garrison does.
Yeah.
And so he was able to pick up some yardage that Garrison wasn't picking up because of just a different way he was going about doing his job.
Right.
So, and that's always a good thing if you can have that type of people to switch up, but now we're down there with nobody to switch.
Hopefully we'll get a few back.
We'll get a few back. That's right. Folks, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the second quarter of the Tullahoma Coffee County football game, 2016 Coffee Pot. Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside the downtown avenues at 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Merle Norman Cosmetics since 1931 are researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves. Also in the avenues is Christie's Gifts, featuring clothing, jewelry, scarves, and many specialty items for women and children. Looking for that special gift? Christie's has it. Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman. Want to feel good about what's on your skin? Visit Christie's Gifts, both inside the downtown avenues, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma.
Unlike all the rest, Southern Community Bank will provide you with a different banking experience because you are our first priority. Our services are intuitive. Our team is friendly. Our approach is refreshing. Our support to the community is unwavering. And our service is clearly unique. We offer accounts that make banking simple and hassle-free with all the conveniences you want and need most. Call Southern Community Bank and experience the bank that is unlike all the rest.
all I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
We open up throwing the ball out here to Caleb Stroop. Caleb does a good job. Picks up 6 and 6 hard-fought yards. Come back, and Chase does a good job of buying some time. You know,
Picks up 1 or 2 maybe. Are you there?
We run Cameron. He does a good job, picks up some good yards, if I remember right. We come back to him, and here, if he'd stayed to his right, I believe he had a shot for the end zone. But he bent it back, and there he's, you know, it's just running backs have to learn to feel where the hole is.
Right.
And there we really thought we had a play set up. Chase decided it wasn't there, and so we ended up having to kick a field goal, and Chase Fowler, who we just got back this week, you know, and
that's good.
One of those injuries that had nothing to do with us, you know, goes all the way back to last basketball season.
There you go.
Freshman kicker, Matt Marcel, executes an onside kick. Sophomore Sam Brock gets on it, and we've got ourselves a chance right here. You know, we got a chance to climb back into this game. And Coffee County's shutting the door on us pretty hard right there. We're not executing very good. And you know, they had the all-out blitz coming, and we felt like we had a little pass play in there that we could take advantage of the blitz, but when your receiver forgets, it doesn't work very good, and the quarterback ends up holding onto a ball that he really didn't want to hold on to.
Didn't want it at all.
And
that's a good punt.
We do back them up all the way down inside the 10, and so you're thinking, all right, we've got field position, but
and just left. We were just down there.
It's not going to stay that way very long.
No.
They try to throw it here to Taylor, and he misses it. So come back, and this time they'll run it. And we just, you know, Hunter Palmer hangs on to him and gets him down. So, you know, it was good to see the freshman getting some playing time in there.
There's a good lick
and again,
right there.
3 weeks ago, he was a 3rd or 4th team safety, but because of injury situations, he has elevated, and he's playing pretty well. We don't stay in our rush lanes, and that opens up the door there for the quarterback to pull it down and take off running. overall, I thought we did a pretty good job in between the tackles.
Right.
They make some yardage, but they don't make a whole lot of yardage in between the tackles. But when the ball's out in space, they made all kind of yardage. Nick Barstead made a tackle the way you're supposed to. Hit him right in the legs. Needs to wrap up a little bit, but that's the way you're supposed to hit them. And we got a double coverage right here, and one's getting outrun, and the other one
Out jumped.
gets out jumped. It's one of those that when we teach, you teach him just to absolutely center number 6 and drill him out of bounds.
Right.
If he catches the ball, he catches the ball, but he's not going to out jump him. 6 was a bigger football player and very, very good athlete. So it's one of those that we'll talk about when we do video study, and we'll talk about, you're there, but what you need to do now is you need to just absolutely run through that receiver, and at least the tackle is made or he's out of bounds, one or two, and instead they had the touchdown. And boy, we really struggle right here. We're not functioning very well as an offense. And so therefore, my favorite quote, I guess, we look like Ned in the first reader there for 3 plays.
Yeah. Old Ned, he shows up every now and then, doesn't he?
And it's amazing, you're clicking along at least decently well, and then all of a sudden it's, the wheels fall off for a series, and I wish I could explain it, but I can't. And Jeremy Dameron hangs on for dear life there and probably keeps a
Somebody
touchdown.
came in and put some wood on him.
That was Chase Dixon that came in and finished him off. Here comes the quarterback sweep. There goes the quarterback. And Hunter Palmer gets him out of bounds. And here he comes right back, and this time nobody will get him.
Most of these kids on the field now for us are sophomores.
We're playing a mixture. But, there's a lot of sophomores that are having to play, a few freshmen that are having to play, a lot of juniors, handful of seniors. And,
but we don't have but, 12 seniors?
And, so we're a young football team. We know that. Sometimes that's what we look like, as a real young football team.
Great job. Just hard to hold on to. That was a good hit.
Good hit by McGee there, and so we're not able to hang on to it. Good throw that time. It was put right in there. Good job running, and come back. We're gonna hand it off here. Chase kept it again, and he actually pulls it up and hits John Michael Moore, but they don't call us for having a lineman downfield, as they are.
He did that 2 or 3 times last night, and it worked every time.
Yeah, and
Sure did.
the emphasis, though, of watching the lineman, that's, you hear them complaining about it on the college level.
Right.
And anyway, the officials are making adjustments to make it more difficult for you to run what's called an RPO, which is a run pass option.
Right. Okay.
And people like Gus Malzahn and Hugh Freeze, Malzahn at Auburn, Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss.
They like that.
They like it, and people like Nick Saban don't like it. So they've been battling to see who can get what. And I know a little inside story there at the University of Tennessee a couple of years ago. The defensive staff was all upset about a team they had played against, about how many times their linemen were downfield and they were throwing the football. And they asked Coach Jones to submit it to the SEC and this, that, and the other, and said that 2 or 3 weeks later they're reviewing video, and this time Tennessee's got a lineman downfield about 5 yards, and they're completing a pass to a tight end in the seam, and no flags are thrown or anything, and one of the defensive coaches said that he cracked about, there we are, we're doing it now too, and says, what did the SEC say about all those that we flagged 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? And said Coach Jones just looked at him and started smiling because he wasn't turning it in, he was just going to use it himself. And so anyway.
Oh me! I heard a thing this morning about, they were talking about the Alabama and all its national championship and again and all of that kind of stuff, and I was thinking, I'm ready to quit hearing that.
Well,
I want to hear something. I want to hear Tennessee national championship team.
When Saban retires, you might quit hearing it for a while.
Yeah. He's probably not going to leave anytime soon.
My good buddy, Dr. Robinson, who's a big Auburn fan, he highly recommends that the SEC just go ahead and give Alabama a trophy at the first of the season and nobody play them, and then we have an actual playing amongst the rest of the teams.
Everybody else can have a chance.
At least get second. So it'd be a little bit more exciting.
Oh, me. Well, that's what happens when you're on top. You get chopped at from everybody clawing from the bottom.
That's correct.
And that's one of those that are clawing will be up there one day soon, and they'll have to put up with all the clawing too. So that's just don't give up on your dream, folks. No matter, like I told the young men yesterday morning, in retrospect, I probably had a clue what was going to happen last night, but stay in search of your dream. Even if you're only halfway there, at least you've gone halfway. Keep climbing and keep fighting and keep looking to your comrades in arms and the people who went before you, laid the groundwork for you to be where you are, to give you the strength to go forward. And that's what we'll do right here with Tullahoma Wildcat football. Right now, we're going to go forward to a quick commercial break, and we will be back.
Whether it's a home loan, a business loan, a personal loan, a loan for any good reason, Citizens Tri-County Bank is here to help you with the loans you need. With caring, friendly lending pros at convenient offices across Tullahoma, we love our community and we take pride in helping people get the loans they need. Citizens Tri-County Bank, focused on making loans for the individuals and businesses of our community.
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Are you a shoeinista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Boutique, located at the Downtown Avenues, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma. Just inside the front doors on the right, from funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. Owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Michael Kors, Boheme, and Misty purses, Bandolero and Yellow Box shoes, and Joseph Ribcock off clothing. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends will have? Brent's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for. 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. Owner Nick Smith has made a great investment to remodel the inside, which is now a non-smoking facility, and add a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with jam night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
Trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, Family Practice Dentistry for 29 years.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. It has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses.
Open up the second half. It's our option, and we choose to take football. John Moore on the return.
Yeah, we did pretty good on our returns as far as where.
Well, we got a lot of work at it, so that helped.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it, Coach.
And we open up. Chase keeps the ball there and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And we open up, hand it off to Cameron Halliburton again, and he's able to pick up 6 or 7 yards.
And then be manhandled.
Yes, he doesn't weigh a whole lot, but he is running the ball hard, and he picks up the first down there. And
now, what happened to Jason? Is it Jason Corn?
Bryson Corn.
Bryson, yeah.
He's got an injury and still a couple of weeks out.
He's a couple of weeks out.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hard-playing kid.
We hope to get he and Austin Mullins both back with us before much longer. And
well, that'll be helpful.
Yes, we'd like to get 2 of our wide receivers, defensive backs back, Race Marin and Matthew Meadows. So they are.
Is the Marin boy, is that Macy's brother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw her at the game last night. She was sitting up by your wife for a while. And she's away at school. It was great to see her. She worked for us here for quite a few years, reading the news. Good, very, very attractive and very smart young lady.
We ended up missing Matthew Ross on the previous play, and so we got ourselves into kind of a long yardage situation, and then we're going to get a little bit longer because we jump. It gets a little sloppy here between their jumping and our jumping. Good job,
There's
good catch.
job.
And
the Gronk.
He
that play was open quite a bit last night.
It was.
We got it a few and missed it a few.
We pull it there and throw it, and we get caught for a lineman downfield again. And so anyway, we've got to do some readjusting. From a coaching standpoint, we've got to do some readjusting. As to be honest with you, the umpire used to have that responsibility primarily, and apparently they have now handed it off to the side judges and the head linesman and side linesman. So
great job.
Come back, and that's the route that they're giving us there. That was Gronk again. Pretty sure.
Caleb catches one here in a minute.
He does. He does.
I thought that was that play.
We make a good read. We just don't keep our feet there. We do pick up a little bit, but not much. And,
the field was really in pretty good shape for all the rain.
Compared to all the rain we've had, I'm glad the Park and Rec people came and talked to me early in the week and told me to turn the irrigation system off, that they thought that we were going to get enough rain during the week because it had actually gotten a little hard and a little dry. So tried to hit Nick Barstead there on the sideline and not able to do it. And we're going to come back and try to hit Sam Brock there, but not able to do it. And this time we're going to come back to Nick, and we pump it, we get the DB up. He's just able to catch up by the time the ball was coming down.
And Gronk trailing there was wide open.
He's not going to find him on that play, though. On that play, it was basically a one-on-one type play. The corner was up tight, and he bit. We had a 2.5, 3-step lead on him. We just can't complete it. He was able to come back and make the play on it. Good job by the defense there, Dylan Knight and Jeremy Dameron on the stop. They're going to throw a quick screen out here, and the sniper gets Creel here. So
they cramped up a lot last night, didn't they?
They did. I thought overall we did all right with the cramping. We had a couple of players that cramped, and John Michael Moore, we eventually had to take him on out permanently as he started cramping up. Good job by a host of Wildcats there. Jason Guo's at the bottom of that pile, but it was good to see a bunch of Cardinal jerseys getting to the ball carrier. They're going to come back and try to throw the quick screen. They're going to drop it out here. And they're going to try to hit down the seam here. And he overthrows it. So they line up the punt, but they get a penalty, so they line up the punt again. And our freshman, Hunter Palmer, he's going to grab that ball, and our old man tried to take him down, I believe. I believe Dylan was trying to block his man and ended up.
Yeah, but he still made that catch to keep that ball from going 20 more yards downfield.
That's correct. We can take that all day long. Come back, and here's whether we hit Caleb Stroop.
There it is. Look at it. Woo-wee. Quit looking, baby. Just run.
Gets it down to the 9-yard line.
Isn't that great?
It is. Glad to see Caleb.
Now, whose son is that? Which one of the boys' son is that?
That's Jeff's son.
Jeff's son, yeah.
And Cameron hits it up in there, picks up maybe a yard. And, you know, one of those where I don't know if we'd handed it off if we'd had a better chance, but
it's time for some trickeration.
He'll see that and know that he needs to hand it off. So got ourselves into a long yardage situation. We do pull them off sides, and then we run the speed sweep.
I was talking
Great block there by Dylan Knight.
Great
and
run.
Worth Watson gets it into the end zone.
Put your head down and take it to him, son.
And we're waiting on our...
Harry coming back.
Yep, got a little too excited.
Forgot what his job was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all right. He's a what? Freshman?
Junior.
Junior.
Transfer, junior transfer. So 35-10, and
Hooray.
You know, just trying to get another score, just to try to get us back where a legitimate shot.
Right.
Garrett Jennings on the tackle there. And they hit swing pass to Rozier. He picks up a first down.
First guy misses every time with him, seems like.
They're good athletes.
They've got that step.
They're good skill players. You know, in the past, you know, when they've had pretty good skill players, we've also been in that area where we had good skill players, and we've got some coming. We just, you know, we got to keep working. We got to get faster, and we got to get stronger, and we will.
Now, right there on that interception, that's when number 7.
Yeah, that's when Worth got hurt, and so precautionary. Sent him to the hospital and let them x-ray him and so forth, and they released him a little bit before 11 o'clock. So,
stinger type deal.
You know, anytime you deal with the neck area, you just take precautions.
Sure.
And we missed there.
Had a one hopper.
I'd be one of those that we'll want back. You know, we'll learn to get our feet turned, our hips turned, and hopefully we'll make that throw a little easier.
You know, but
next time.
we're in the third quarter here, and it's what, 35-10.
35-10.
And I'm looking at what I've seen, and there, you know, we've missed some passes. We've missed some open shots that we've had there, and we've missed a few tackles, and we've been down inside their 20 a couple of times and didn't get anything.
Right, we moved the ball decently.
So it's you know,
we just didn't.
It's a growing situation.
We didn't get it in the end zone, and you got to get it in the end zone. Defensively, you know. We didn't do a whole lot to slow them down. Now we had a series where we made them punt there in the third quarter. Chase gets the interception, so the defense twice there in the third quarter. But offensively, we can't take advantage of it. Right. You know, one drive ended with us down there throwing an incompletion in the end zone, and that's the big thing. For us to find a way to win. Offensively, we got to be able to put it in the end zone. We need to be able to try to keep the ball away from the other team, and you know, hopefully we'll get a little healthier and we'll get a little bit more speed back.
Right.
There's a lot of out of our better athletes, 3 of our top 6 athletes are not available to us right now.
Right.
And
that makes a big difference.
It does. I don't think it would have made a difference in the outcome of this game, but it would have maybe made them line it up maybe again.
Right.
And instead of it going all the way to the end zone.
Right. Right. All right, well, what we'll do right now is take another quick commercial break, and we'll be back with it. The Wash Spot on North Jackson Street in Tullahoma is your new state-of-the-art, high-tech express tunnel car wash that gets your car clean quickly and beautifully. We have 4 washes available, from the $6 Express Wash to the $12 Supreme Clean, featuring DuraShield Total Car Protectant. Just pick your wash and let the Express Tunnel Wash leave the dirt behind. And Wash Spot has installed a new high-pressure rinse system that greatly improves your car wash quality. It gives you 40 jet nozzles producing 650 pounds per square inch. Mud, dirt, and burnt poop, beware. After the wash, you can help yourself to one of the free vacuums. Wash Spot has added a mini detail service. It includes the Supreme Clean. They vacuum your vehicle, clean all windows inside and out, clean dash and instrument panel, shampoo 2 front floor mats, clean all door jambs, hand towel the entire vehicle, and dress the wheels and tires. The mini detail is now available at the Wash Spot on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for only $30. Come by 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to get the best wash in town at a great price. We're located at 2180 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma. The Wash Spot, locally owned and operated.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas, the comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network. All right, Coach, we're back in the start of the fourth quarter. And we need to see what we can do here.
Yeah, Cameron missed his hole that time. His hole was back up inside, and he tried to come outside. Here we get confused, and we miss a block, so we're not going to make any yards. Caleb Stroop's going to lose a couple of yards there. And Chase does a good job here. He just takes off and outruns Rozier and then runs over a boy to get the first down.
That is a good job.
And we're going to come back right here and have our one turnover of the game right here. And starts outside and anyway, loses the ball there. I'd told him before the ball game that we would probably run him 20 times on the night with our running back situation the way it was.
And you did?
And we did. I think he carried it 19 times. Here he goes. It is Elijah Walker. Good job, Elijah.
Hanging on.
Way to hang on.
But like I said, you're ahead 35-10. What in the world is that guy still doing in the ball game? He's obviously the key to their success. Why in the world would you still have him in there playing? First game of the season. They hate us that much?
I don't know. Just maybe their coaching philosophy. I don't know.
No, they hate us that much.
Probably.
There he goes again.
We got unblocked players that I don't know if we even tagged him. I'm not sure we got a hand on him. So anyway, we fall down 42-10, and probably at that point I probably should have run up the white flag, I guess, and started bleeding on down. I mean, we're bleeding down. We've got backups in the ball game, but maybe should have bled on down and gone to full surrender. I don't know.
Full surrender.
And miscommunication there, and that's what happens when you bad coaching by me on that one. Thought we could do something there on the sideline, and we didn't communicate all the way, and so it doesn't work.
Have y'all taken the politics out of your system? I didn't see any presidents' faces on the sideline
up there.
During election year, you can't have that. Somebody accuse you of being one party or the other.
We're just trying to make one step at a time, and we have not progressed to the point to where those can be utilized. I'll put it that way. We're just trying to take baby steps. Chase does a good job punting there.
Yes, he did.
Here comes your counter play again, and Rozier made a good cut there, and Elijah Walker makes the tackle.
He a junior?
He's a junior. And, got him dead to rights, and we still can't tackle him out there. There's your counter again, and we look like
quick feet.
Look like middle schoolers trying to tackle.
Quick feet. There you go. Get those legs.
Chase got a leg and hung on.
And that's all you can do.
But that's what you have to do. You saw Nick Barstead do it earlier, and you saw Chase do it right there, and then we just miss a line and give them an easy touchdown there. There's corners out of position, but our safety's out of position too, and so
49-10.
49-10, and
4 minutes left.
Life's not very happy on our side of the field, and Life's pretty celebrating on the other side.
But I was very pleased to see that during the week this week there wasn't any craziness went on or stupidness between the two schools, and everybody seemed to be cordial last night at the ball game, and that's good.
Yeah. Chase drops it off there to Caleb Stroop, and Nick takes over at quarterback now. And he was looking to throw and decides to pull it down and gains enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah.
That's a freshman, Brennan Buckner, running the football there. Cason's younger brother. And We flinched there. Nick does a good job of avoiding the first guy, and when you avoid the first one,
gotta let her go.
Yeah, you gotta step up in there and be ready to release it. And the second one got him. Brennan carries the ball again, and that brings the ball game to an end.
You know, for some reason, that second guy is always faster than that first guy.
Most of the time you don't see the second guy until he's right there on you, because you're busy trying to get away from that first one. And, Nick wasn't the only one that did it, and you see it all the time, especially in high school football. Quarterbacks have to learn to have a feel for that.
Right.
There's got to be that internal clock saying, hey, things are ticking, and I've got to get rid of the football. And passing's all built upon timing, and if you're off by just a half second, it's amazing what it does to your throws and completion percentage and so forth. So,
or being able to get rid of the ball at all.
Right.
Yeah,
and I'm just glad to see them stepping up instead of trying to run out around the sides all the time. That's most of the time the first thing you have to break from a quarterback is to get them where they won't take off to the outside, that they'll step up inside.
They're not all of them Robert Griffin.
That's correct.
And Cam Newton. They want to be, but they're not.
Right.
Most of them aren't fast enough.
Right. They don't realize how special those guys are, you know. And obviously Taylor, when he's at quarterback, he's got enough speed to do it. I watched him, I don't know, I guess it was there in the third quarter. He dipped back, I think, 8 yards and still ended up with about an 8 to 10 yard gain.
But you put him at the next level, he won't be fast enough up there to do it. Because those guys up there are faster. He's average. He's normal speed.
Well, normal, yeah.
Normal speed.
What's up there?
It's what's up there.
Playing up there. And
so,
I'm sure that, I'm not sure, but my guess is he'll play elsewhere other than quarterback.
No, he won't be a quarterback.
Yeah, but he'll be a fine player.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Well, give us a little insight. Franklin County got beat by
Marshall County.
Marshall County, what, 40 something to 6?
Yes.
About like we did. Mm-hmm. And that's who we have coming to town next week.
That's
Franklin
correct.
County. What do you think we need to have ready? What are we looking forward to in that ball game?
We're trying to swap videotape. It may already be swapped while we've been doing the show here. I don't know. So we don't know a whole lot about Franklin County yet. We'll have that tape, and Coach Britton and Coach Sisk are probably already over there working on it. Maybe some others as well. So we'll find out. We know that they have a young man named Leslie that's a really, really good athlete. They've got the Taylor twins that are they were good football players last year. And last year they had some really good linemen, young linemen that would be seniors this coming year. They were juniors last year. So those type things we know.
You think they still probably running the same system, that cross buck and all those things that they do that we hate?
We do think they've gone back to that they've gone back to the wing tees type stuff, but they're doing it from a shotgun instead of from under center.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know that for sure. We just know that they were, word on the street was they were toying around with it. And we'll find out. Our biggest thing will be trying to work on, let's correct our mistakes. Let's see if we can cut our mistakes in half from one week to the other. And if we can do that, then, as you like to say, there's a mountain out there to climb, and we've started climbing the mountain. We talked about that it's not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be a bumpy, choppy ride.
Right.
But you just got to dig that foot into the side of that mountain where those jags are and try to keep climbing your way up. And, This team's got to become a better practice team. We're not a real good practice team at this point in time. We have good days and we have bad days. And I think we melted a little bit under the pressure. I think I made a mistake this week and tried to turn the pressure up too much, trying to get them ready, to get them to understand, got to be able to adjust to pressure and, be in a packed stadium. Mm-hmm. And so, as far as an atmosphere went last night, it was a great atmosphere. That's what Friday nights ought to be about in southern Middle Tennessee, and
it'll be the same way, maybe not quite the same way, because we don't have something we're fighting for to take to one town or the other for a year, but
got a lot of pride
between us and Winchester.
We work. A lot of people work together, and just don't give up on this team.
No.
This is a team that, if we can get healthy, I think we'll get better and better and better as we go through the year. Now, we got a long ways to go. Obviously, you get beat 49-10. Well, getting better may be getting beat 24-10. Eventually, we got to get to where we can win again. None of us like losing. None of us like to feel like we're failures at being able to do our jobs and so forth. And so, we've got to keep ourselves from getting frustrated, and we got to just keep these guys understanding. In order for me to get better on Friday night, I got to get better
on Tuesday and Monday.
Yes,
and
Monday,
Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I got to be doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing to prepare myself to try to give myself a chance to win on Friday night. And it is a learning process that you have to work really hard to be able to win football games. It's a tough old game. It's not an easy game.
No, it's not.
And therefore, football's not real fun if you're not winning.
No.
I mean, it's just not. It's too hard of work to get your brains beat in.
Right.
And so it's a process that we know what's got to transpire and what's got to happen. We've had good teams before. Do I think we're going to have good teams again? And the answer is yes. We've got a good sophomore class.
Undefeated last year as a freshman team.
We've got a good freshman team that we like. It's not as complete, but it's got some really good football players, and therefore some of them are playing on Friday nights.
You got an 8th grade team.
We got an 8th grade team that we really like because it fits perfectly with the class in front of them. And whereas this 9th grade team has a lot of skill players, the 8th grade team has a lot of linemen, and they've got some good skill players to go with it. And then the 7th grade class, we've probably been talking about them for the last 3 or 4 years. They're one of the more athletic classes to be coming up through our system, probably in a decade.
So folks, just like we were saying, we're climbing that mountain to get back to where Tullahoma High School football was back late 90s.
Even in 2010, 2011, we were pretty good football teams. We used to think what was average talent in the 05, 06, 07, 08 range. When we go back and pull out those old videos or old DVDs, we realize, and I'm not talking individually, you've always got some really good individuals, but I'm talking about overall team speed. That's what jumps off the videos at us, is how much faster we were, our defensive ends, our linebackers, even our offensive linemen, at how fast they could get on somebody. And the teaching hasn't changed, but you just, genetically, we have some genetically challenged children, and but they're giving us everything they got. I mean, when you watch the tape, I could pull out several numbers that are giving us everything they got. It's not enough. They're mismatched, and there was several times we're right where we're supposed to be. That one time I'm talking about where the Taylor dipped back 8 yards. if we, in a normal situation, and we played against really good football players, Eric Gordon at Hillsboro, for instance. We played against him, and we gave up some big runs against him. But you know what? If he dipped back to 8 yards,
he's tackled.
He was tackled before he got back to the line of scrimmage the vast majority of the time. And we just can't do that right now. We can't run well enough to close on the ball, and we've got to get faster and faster. And we've got our off-season program. We work really hard in the weight room. We got kids that don't have PE2 right now. They get up and are there at the school at 5:45 a.m. 2 days a week
to work out.
And so it's not a matter of our young men not being willing to work. They are. It's just a matter of being able. You got to be able to run to play this game.
Right.
And right now, Manchester has 5 or 6 kids that can really run, and we don't have enough.
Well, but like we said, we're at the bottom of that mountain right now, and the climb has started. And how about joining us? Because it's going to be a fun climb. I remember the first time I went to Mount LeConte with my grandmother. It was a hard climb to get to Mount LeConte, but let me tell you what, when you watch the sun go down at Mount LeConte, you wake up the next morning and watch the sun come up, it's worth the climb.
That is.
So join us, folks. We're headed on a trip to success with the Tullahoma High School Wildcat football team, and this guy right here, if I could think of anybody in the world I'd want to follow up the mountain, this one right here is who I'm going with. So how about going with us? How you start that is you be in the stands next Friday night for the Winchester football game. Franklin County, Tullahoma High School, 2016 season. Go Cats. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.